Hey guys, it's Lori here. I am back again today with another video for the Greetery. Today we are focusing on some more new products. Everything that you see today will be available tomorrow, August 28th, over at the Greetery. So we've got, in this little pile here, I've got Crimp Frames, which is a previously released die. That's a card base and a card front. And this new set called Botanicut's Toadstool Garden. It makes the most adorable mushrooms. I can't wait to show you. And then we're going to use a sentiment from this new set called Blessed Blooms. So the first thing I'm going to do, I want to cut out a panel using the crimped frames, but I want to add some ink blending first. So I'm going to add Altenew's Olive, Forest Glades, and Evergreen, 3 greens on this little piece of cardstock. I'm laying down a cropper hopper divider. If you know what those are from back in the day, it's just a 12 by 12 piece of plastic that used to divide our 12 by 12 papers. I've cut those up and I use those to blend on. They're perfect for blending. So we're going in first with Olive, and I want this to be kind of the top of the ombre, I guess. I want this just to be a light coat. And then we're adding in Forest Glades and Evergreen next, just to kind of give a little bit of depth. And I'm going back with Olive, blending all over the top, and then I'll select the spot with the crimp frame. I don't do the blending after the die cut because I don't want the ink to go into those little crimped areas. It's just kind of a lighter effect if you die cut after the fact. I've got my sanding block and I just smooth down those edges. It's nice to have just clean up those little frayed pieces of paper. Next, I'm going to stick the panel into my Mini Misty, and I already have my Autumn Blessings sentiment already lined up. We're going to use some, I think this is Mocha from Altenew, just a nice brown ink, and inking up that sentiment and stamping that down. I realized it wasn't dark enough, so I went ahead and stamped it twice just to get a nice darker brown sentiment for the card. I also thought it looked a little flat. So next I grabbed the espresso ink and I just inked up the edges of that sentiment, and I have this little dauber just cleaning that up so you don't get any straight lines on your sentiment, and stamp that just for a fun look, a little bit darker on the edges there. So next I'm going in with a piece of fun foam. I already have adhesive on the back. I use ATG for my fun foam, and this just gives you a dimensional that's nice and solid for your card so you don't get any low spots with foam tape. And we're adding that to an A2 size card right in the middle there. So next is these just super fun mushrooms. The mushrooms come with, obviously, the colored part is the top of the mushroom. You have the detail dye in that brown, or like my card from today's blog post, I used gray and I've used white. So it just depends on what color of dot you want showing through on that mushroom cap. And then, of course, each mushroom has a stem. So I have taken a little bit of brown ink and an ink blender, and I've just gone in, I'm fast forwarding this too so you guys don't have to watch the whole thing, but just adding in some shading so they kind of have a little bit of dimension. It's easy just to add a little bit of brown ink, and of course you could watercolor these, ink blend these multiple colors on your mushroom caps. The possibilities are endless. So it's really easy to add these or put these together. I'm just using my favorite liquid glue. This is Barely Arts with a fine tip, and adding each cap to each of the bases. The holes, I forgot to pop a few of those out, so I'm poking some of those holes out so that brown shows through. And again, if you use a white cap or a white base, that white circle will pop through, and that looks really cute too. I decided to go in and add some Copic shading just for a little bit more dimension, and just gonna add some glue and add all the stems to each of the mushroom caps. Another great feature of this die set are the stems. We know Betsy thinks of everything, and she's included stems for each of the mushrooms that curve different ways. So you can frame your picture, you can frame your card front using the curved mushroom stems. And I've used a couple, and you can see when I lay them out, there's the red mushroom curves one way, the stem on the green mushroom curves the other way. So there's different stems included, and it just really helps build that little scene. Of course, I'm keeping mine very simple, but you can always layer these with all of her gorgeous stamps. I was thinking eucalyptus would look so cute tucked in behind, but of course I kept it nice and simple. At the last minute, I added in a 5th mushroom because I have to keep it odd numbers. I wanted 3 mushrooms on one side and 2 on the other. I think it's just a balance thing. So I'm taking my dot liner and adding the mushrooms to the front of the card. You could, of course, use foam squares or foam tape just for dimension, but because I already have that first panel up on Fun Foam, I decided to keep it simple and just adhere them straight to the card. Last thing about these dies, the mushroom caps have a little embossed indentation, several just dots all over, and I thought it's really fun to add either black, or you could even use a white gel pen. Just add those dots in for a little, just to kind of pop out that detail. So that's my card today. As you can see in these last pictures, I went ahead and added in some clear drops. I'm kind of addicted to those things, but that just kind of makes the card feel a little bit more finished. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I am so glad you stopped by. I hope you take a minute to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to keep trying to bring videos to you guys, especially Greetery videos, coming up soon. Thanks so much for coming by today, and I hope that you have a great day.